What up, what up?
What up?
What up? Can you guys hear my music or no?
I heard it.
It's Troy Boy, great music. Anyway, I don't know if you guys are EDM fans. What's up?
More of
What's
a
up?
more of a Fred again guy myself.
Fred again is good. I do enjoy Fred again. I almost saw him in LA once, but have not yet to see him. What's up, Daniel? How we do?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Doing well, brother. I've seen you've been calling.
Yeah,
Let's go. How was the week?
it was good overall. Obviously, I lost that one client, which kind of sucked, but cold calling was good.
Nice. Well, you booked
Yeah.
some appointments?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but
Yeah.
stop doing it. Um, what was the worry? Was it a AI receptionist client that you lost
Yeah.
or
Yeah. I had her for a while, so it's kind of just sucky. It was one of my, I mean, a good client's all the same pricing. It's just, it was just, she was good to me, I guess. Yeah.
what was her gripe? Why'd she want to leave?
She switched to a new tool. She wanted to go local, so it was
Ah,
just, yeah.
I that it actually bums me out more when I lose a client to like a different service. That's
Yeah, that's the main thing. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really affect me, but it just I don't know.
part of the game. That's just
Yeah.
business. Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, cool. Glad you're here. Uh,
Thanks.
I'm here. Looking amazing as usual with your
Yeah,
awesome video setup.
I mean, I just like finished my workout. Like, I was trying not to fall asleep because I wanted to join the call. So I was like, okay, let's do a workout. So I just finished my workout.
Heck
And
yeah,
yeah, I was looking forward to, this call.
let's go. Did you lift? Did you run? What'd you do?
I have a pair of dumbbells, so I did my workout. Like, I don't go to the gym, I work out at home. So that's what I
Heck
did. I left it.
no. Hey, as
Yep.
long as you get it in, that's what matters.
Yep. And by the way, I'll be very honest, I have not been calling this last week.
Oh no. What
Yeah.
happened?
Actually, so I know this sounds like an excuse even to me. So the thing is that I was preparing for an exam and I've been preparing like since January and now I only have 2 months left. So I want to focus all in there because then it will the regret that I could have done better would, like kill me if I distract myself for whatever reason. Though I know that this will make me much more money and this will be what I'll be doing even if, I pass the exam, I get into the college that I want to get into. Still, I'll be doing this. But still, it's just that I want to give it my all if I'm doing it. So the last couple of weeks are like 10 to 12 hours of studies daily. So that is what's been going on. I've been studying and I've been studying a lot.
Hey man, it's your life. Choose your priorities, and if you want to do well in that
Yeah.
test, you need to study. So all good.
But yeah, I did made like 150 cold calls. So it's not like I'm not doing anything there.
Let's go.
And I am like getting I'll say very, very comfortable listening to that no. I'm like, yeah, just say that no. I need that to get the day going. Just give me that no.
Just say it.
So,
Just get it out of the way.
yep,
Yeah.
that is a good thing that has happened because of you guys. I'll give the credit to you and Sam and everyone in the community because it was because of you guys that I saw that, yeah, if they can do it, I can too. Like, they are just like me. It's not like they are something different, so I can do. So, that was a very good thing that this community has given to me, you know.
I'm so stoked to hear that. Yeah, anyone that just does it and calls can make it happen. It's not like you have to be born with the sales gene.
Yep.
It's like, hey, do you have the courage to get told no all day? Well, then you can build a business. That's pretty much the gist of it. As long as long as you can push past fear, which is easier said than done sometimes. But
So you guys told me that hey, there will be a moment where you'll start, you just won't fear anymore. You'll start to get in the flow. You will feel that hey, this is the part of the game. So for me that was like after I made 30 or 40 calls, I was like, yeah, that's it, it's not that bad, and yeah, let's do it. So that was the moment when I realized that it's good, it's not that scary as I thought that it was.
no, man.
So
I'm
yep.
glad you got to that point. Yeah, it's different for everyone, but if you can just make a commitment to yourself that you'll get to the point where you just the no's don't affect you every day, every day that you cold call, that you can just get to the point of like, okay, this is not a big deal, then you'll be fine. So
Yep.
stoked to hear that. Um, I'll chat with all of you here in a second. I wanted to show you, I think this will be helpful for most of you guys. I want to show you our back end automation. I was talking to Marin of our follow-up sequence. So obviously we're cold calling, we're booking appointments, but we want to make sure that they show up. So I'm gonna pull that up here. Um, as I do that though, actually, because it's gonna take a second. Murillo, dude, how's the job? Are you still in it? Or are you cold calling
What's
for them?
up?
Or are you
Hey, what's up, Frankie? I
back?
literally quit the job like today, like at 5 p.m. Like
Okay.
not in a I quit way, like it was a in a cool way, like they're happy that I'm moving on back to my agency and stuff, but it's great, man. Like I told you, I've been cold calling for the agency on the weekends and 10 times better and more confident. So it's been great. I'm happy to get back into this 100% though.
Let's go, dude. Yeah,
Let's go.
sometimes it just takes like working in an environment and surrounding yourself with that energy and using someone else's offer to get better at and gain that confidence. What did you feel like you learned the most from that job that might be helpful to other people?
I would say the main thing by far persistence. I was probably made like every day at least 300 calls there. Some days like 500 or more, I don't know. But persistence, if you're talking to someone and they're saying like I'm not interested or whatever, don't just let them go. At least from my perspective, don't be like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. Have a good day." No, what are you not interested in? I mean, can you not take on any more clients right now? Just being persistent, following up, keeping track of your calls in a CRM, like you do with Close, is so helpful because every lead is precious, right? So, like most of us, at least what I was doing back then, like I would waste hundreds of leads by never following up with them or tracking down what they said. So that's extremely helpful, also, right? I mean, when you follow up with someone once, twice, three times, four times, they become familiar with you. It's almost like you're their friends. It's like it's more likely that you're gonna get them as a client. So definitely persistence, man. Like that's the main thing. And yeah, that's it really.
That's huge. I mean, that's actually one of the things I wanted to show you guys too inside of Close today that, just making a smart view list of people that you've had an interaction with. Conversation went well. Maybe you didn't book the appointment there. Maybe they no-showed, but having a hot follow-up list, a list of people that have showed some sort of interest that you've had conversations with that you can go back into. I was talking with Marin as well today and was like, yeah, if they remember you. They'll remember you. They'll remember the conversation. I don't remember them because I call so many people, but um, you'll be surprised of how many people actually go, "Oh yeah, what's up, Frank?" Or I remember chatting with you a month, 2 months ago. But okay, so I wanted to show you guys just the follow-up sequence that we use for when somebody books an appointment. So come inside of here. The appointment is triggered, so they'll come inside of like so if they book an appointment, go to our website, come here, start free. Pick a time zone, and just put in their first name, phone number if it wants to load. It's a calendar. I think you get the point there. But come inside here, send the first text and email. It says, "Hey, first name, Golden Goose Reviews here. You've booked an appointment for this time at this day at this time to talk about getting more 5-star reviews. It auto generates the Zoom link so that they have that. And then as Hayden put us on to, we send a quick 5-minute VSL, so a video that explains the service, showing what we do, who we've done it for. If you don't have this yet, it can be a simple introduction of just a video of like, hey, I'm a new business owner and I've done this for one person so far. Here's the results. So this video can be tailored to whatever stage that you're at, but something that, if they have the time, and we put here includes pricing. So this is kind of like a bait for them to watch the video if pricing wasn't talked about on the call. So reply yes to confirm plus or R to reschedule, Sam and Frank, and then a little opt-out verbiage there. Emails say the same thing. So the next day, 24 hours reminder. So this is just a day before reminder for tomorrow, appointment time. Want some proof? Check out some of our clients' results. Sam actually built this out. This will be cool to show you guys. But if you can make a page like this, something that has like before and afters is super huge. Reviews, it's easier for you, Daniel, like a freaking demo of an AI receptionist. Like if we can just get them to, especially for AI receptionists, just get them to use it right there. And we have like videos of our stuff as well. Oh, so this is what our calendar looks like. And then need to reschedule. Cool. Wait 3 hours, send out another text. Your appointment's in 3 hours. Before we begin, make sure you check some of our happy clients. We send them that link again. 1 hour before. Name, hey, we're going to map out your current review flow plus integrations, 15, 20 minutes, so you can know exactly how to add more 5-star reviews. And then here's the link with the Zoom link, and then Zoom link again 5 minutes before. So this is what we're doing to minimize no-shows. And guess what? They still no-show. But this is something that should be helpful to you guys in building out. We actually built that out. Sam built it out from the AI Alex Hormozy bot. So that's kind of the language and verbiage that it recommended us with our business to do. But I think a big thing there I didn't think about is that testimonial page. If you can just make a page that has before and afters, if you're a review client or whatever sort of client results you guys have. Obviously, people need to see that because trust is so low in the marketing space. Do they still join from a computer when you send those texts, or do most join on their phone? So on the cold call, we'll actually, I say, hey, when's a good time that you're at a computer? So I'm leading from the beginning in the interaction of saying, hey, when will you be at a computer? And then Sam recently started saying this, which should be helpful to you guys, is like, so it's a 15-minute, it's a 10-minute call. If you like what you see, it's another 15 minutes to set it up and get it launched. If you don't, then no hard feelings. You have some good information on reviews. So, kind of framing on the cold call, how long the call is going to take, giving them an out if they don't want to do it, like relieving pressure, because most people, and this is also the reason why we say pricing now on the cold call. It's like, hey, if we like, this is how much it is. If your service is a higher ticket thing and it doesn't make as much sense to you, then that's fine. But like, I got this from Daniel G. If you guys follow him, he's a big sales trainer, but he's like, relieve pressure and be like, hey, either way on this Zoom call, I'm going to give you some value, show you how to get more reviews or whatever your service is, give you some good information on how to generate leads on AI receptionists, on websites. That way you'll take some value from the call either way. And if you don't end up doing it, no hard feelings. Like leading with that, guys, because I think there's several people, different personality types that need some reassurance that they're not going to be hard sold on the call, is going to let you close more clients. But Harry, what's going on?
Well, I'm kind of bouncing off of what you're talking about right now. Why do you use close, and where do you use close versus or along with high level?
So we use close. Honestly, the only reason I use it, and I didn't go high level like a college try for using it as a CRM for calling. I kind of just like separating the I like the user interface of close a lot better. And just a,
Who doesn't?
yeah. Go high levels user interface for like actually like marking leads and stuff is not my favorite.
Yeah.
For servicing our clients and doing their stuff, like it makes sense, but I need visuals. Like I need some visual stimulus personally. So like, and this is what I wanted to show you guys anyway. But so like in close, this is like our hot follow-up list. You can see their logo like just here on the side, and just that
Mhm.
alone, just little stuff like that for my brain
Yeah.
to like remember, like, oh, okay, I remember this. Also, I can listen back to the conversation, and yeah, the user interface makes a lot more sense. And you can tie, so like when we change, if I were to change this to an
Yeah. Additionally, we built out automations from close to go high level, so they're not mutually exclusive. Like if basically if somebody is an appointment and then we change them to a customer, that puts them into our review flow automation for our own business. If they're non-integrated, we have reminders for folks that are non-integrated to send out customer lists to us. So then that would trigger a review flow plus the non-integrated workflow. So they're not mutually exclusive as well for us. We do kind of use them in conjunction with each other via Zapier triggering.
So you sync them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, just with Zapier, maybe I'll get more robust as it goes, but we just do it on status changes as
Yeah.
well as like no show. We have a no show nurture
Yeah.
workflow, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, I've been doing the same thing with Instantly. I mean, I'm not really syncing because that's damn near impossible, but you're doing the same thing I'm doing that way. So have you are you telling me, Frankie, that you did or did not give high level a real college try to use it for everything?
Did not. Yeah, we didn't. We never really. I've watched. Like I have a buddy that we were working together, and I watched him and how he calls through Go High Level, and it works. And but it, I just found close right in the beginning, and it was like I feel like this makes more sense for us.
Yeah,
But
I got it. I got it.
yeah, you can build it out, and maybe I will at some point. It would actually make a lot more sense for me to.
Well, it does have limitations, and part of the reasons I was asking you was that I have a certain model, I would say I have a certain template for using CRM to do selling, and I'm used to that. And I've been doing essentially the same thing for a very long time. So it's sort of like I have a set of needs if I continue to use my own selling process. And each one of us is an individual, and we develop our own rhythms and patterns and ways of doing these things that work for us. But it's really hard to do that in high level. I'm not, for instance, it's so cumbersome to get on a phone call with somebody through high level, which I do. That's not cumbersome. But afterwards, I make my notes. They now finally let you put notes in there along with your phone calls and emails. But it's really hard to set up. I should be able, in a couple of clicks, to be able to set up the next call or the follow-up that I need to do, or the schedule for the next call he and I are going to make, me and my client. And it ought to be 2 clicks, and it's not. It's like this. Oddly enough, the CRM functionality of high level is, to me, its weakest point, and yet they sell it as a CRM, and they don't seem willing to make really simple changes that almost every other CRM has in it. So I'm interested in how you do it, but the flip side is I don't want to have to maintain 2 systems, let alone different data and all the Zapier stuff it would need to keep the two in sync. That becomes another chore. You got
Yeah.
a partner named Sam. He can clearly do this shit. I don't wanna.
Yeah, I could show you sometime. Actually, Zapier is really Zapier is basically a software that connects different softwares together, and
Yeah.
it's not too difficult, but it is a process. But once it's done, it's done. But yeah, Sam is good at that stuff.
It definitely has a setup. There's a learning curve, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a learning curve, just like everything.
Yep.
Well, Frankie, I'm still on my track. I'm still gonna try through these automation steps that I'm taking that you and I talked about. I'm gonna try to see if I can make high level work using those automations. I'm not clear what the agent, the outside agent that I create will be able to do inside high level, but that might enable me to bridge the hassle gap that's built into the CRM and the pipelines in high level. I don't know yet because I haven't gotten that far with it. But anyway, I'm just curious and kind of fishing for how you guys are handling that stuff. And it's working. This using both these systems is working for you guys. I mean, you don't have any. I don't hear you squawking about it like I'm complaining now.
I mean, really, for us, Go High Level is almost exclusively the marketing tool. Like we've almost just fully separated the two. There's some like customer relation, but almost everything's done through Close for us for like customer relations or personal numbers.
See,
then we use
mine,
high level
that's an interesting way of looking at it. I don't know whether you're doing this, but it sort of sounds like you are from what Frankie just showed us. But like when I start doing cold calling or any semi cold calling, well, somebody that doesn't know me, basically, it may be a warm lead, but they're now in my my sub account, my agency sub account in high level. And I may initiate the call one of the ways we can communicate. I want that recorded inside that guy's contact record. And then if it doesn't work out, if the guy says no, I'm not going to throw him away. I'll leave him in that database. He becomes a little bit higher quality suspect, at the very least, than a cold list guy is, right? So I'm going to feed him into a nurture campaign or newsletters or some variety of ways of staying in touch with him. But I want all of that market, and I call that marketing, Sam. That's my definition of marketing. It's not really selling. It's just like sending some good content out and telling them the value of reviews,
Yeah, yeah.
And my only purpose in the nurture thing is to one, stay in front of him so he remembers who the hell I am and where I am and how to get a hold of me, but also that I want to teach him to open my emails. And the only way I know to teach him to open my emails is to send him good shit every time. Just
Yeah.
give away some jewel. And we have an infinity of stuff we can all give away. So if I do that, then I know where he is in my sequence inside the contact record, so that if he calls, I can tell, oh, he called right after I sent this one marketing message. That's why I like to have them interwoven, in a chronological sequence, regardless of the type of communication it was. So in the long run, I can mine that data. I can't do it.
Yep.
Right now. It's largely manual, but once you've made 1,000 calls or 5,000 calls, you can start to see the patterns of what's working post call using whatever nurture campaign or whatever. But it's a lot easier if you have them under one roof in one database. But again, it's a fucking hassle to do it in Ireland,
Yeah,
So
so
I understand
it's possible with Close. You just have to do some stuff with Zapier.
Yeah.
And connect it that way. It is
Yeah.
possible though.
Yeah. If you need help with it, Harry, just let me know after and we can show you what we do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna follow. I'm just gonna see what you guys are doing. Is it Sam? I had a long meeting with Frankie, and I'm basically working on some automations, AI agents, to automate a lot of the stuff we do, and some of it's the fulfillment part, like cleaning lists and getting them imported in the high level. But there's also a whole lot of automation that's usable and doable in the what I call the pre-sale or qualifying part, the nurturing part, some more marketing to either existing customers, to upsell them or whatever. And as I get into those automations, I'm gonna learn more about what I can do, because I don't care if it takes 20. It's like Zapier. I don't care if it takes my agent 20 steps to do something that you could do by hand in high level with 3 steps, because it does it instantly, using the agent. So it doesn't cost me anything in time at all. It saves me time. So it's just another way of coming at solving all of the problems we have, but I'm trying to pull the humans out of it as much as possible, because I take a long time to get shit done. That's the problem.
We'll figure it out. No, yeah. And if you need any help, just let us know.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Well, this is a big help too. Thank you both.
Of course. Hayden, what's good, man?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
How's it going?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Just thought I'd pop in real quick. I was on a call, unfortunately. Oh, you said Hayden, didn't you? My fault. I thought you said Caden.
It's
Come
totally
on,
cool.
bro.
My
You're taking
fault.
my spot, man.
Dude, I just realized that.
Go ahead. Go
ahead. Go. No, that's all you, man. I don't even have anything to say. I was just saying hi. So
Well, I'm
no,
glad
no.
you're here, Caden. Yeah, no worries, brother.
Um, I was just gonna ask you guys if you found any way to. I'm really starting to. I watched the video with Clay and Jonathan on Clay's YouTube channel, just talking about he has like a client communication day where he goes back through and gives updates on certain things, and then always asks for a referral, and that's been hugely successful for him. So I'm starting to do that, and was also kind of want to ask you guys if you have found um, maybe like a higher converting way to get referrals. Not just the do you know anybody, but more so like pushing. Would you be willing to make an email introduction to where it's more so of like giving them an action step versus just kind of floating your name out there? Because really trying to start building within like the current list of people. So honestly, just wanted to ask you kind of on that side, like, have you guys been pushing for referrals, and then have you dealt with much churn on the reviews side yet?
Yeah, actually today we went through and called some of our clients and there's a couple things we want. We want reviews, we want referrals, and also just to get their feedback. And I think one thing that helps in getting referrals, and to be honest, we can do a better job of this too. Like we don't have a system in place yet of like specifically the verbiage of how to go about it. But one thing I do push for is like, hey, if you find somebody that does say they have interest, put us in a three-way group chat through text, or just send me their number. Be like, hey, is it okay if they reach out to you? Totally cool if you say no, but it sounds like this would benefit you. So just kind of guiding them in the conversation to give you their phone number or just the name of the business, and that way we can do our sales sauce and actually get them in that process rather than they're like, yeah, I've been giving your name out to a bunch of people.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
annoying. I hate that.
Yeah. um, so I think just guiding like, hey, if you do find somebody, just please text me their name and their business name, or put us in a three-way group chat, and that's even better. And I think people want to give referrals and they want to, because I mean that's one thing today. Like all of our clients with the review service are really happy. And in terms of churn, yes, we've had people churn, but they're usually the clients. They've all been, I think all of them have been clients that haven't been integrated. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so just making sure that if you're doing the review business, that the clients you're bringing on, post maybe the first couple, and you're that because in the beginning you just want to get people in and just to
Right, 100%.
Yeah, the non-integration is the death touch, but with integration,
Yeah.
it should be fine. Something we just implemented now, it hasn't even gone out yet because we've only put like 8 or 9 people through this workflow, is after they haven't even reached it yet. There's a 45-day delay. But after a review is received from the client from like the automation we're selling, we're gonna have a referral request, kind of similar to what Frank was saying, where it's like it's kind of gamifying it. Like, hey, we're giving you a friend. This is like paraphrase, but we're giving you a friend pass. If you recommend or refer somebody, they're gonna get a month free. You'll get a month free. Good for up to 3 people this month to use it. Start a 3-way chat right now.
Right.
Expires this month. So like putting scarcity on it. No one's gone through it yet. I'll tell you how it goes.
Awesome.
We'll have the first people going through in like 45 days or 30 days. So
Awesome. And then Caden, you're still in here, right?
Yo, what's up? Yeah.
I saw you were in Kai. I was in Kai's call last week and I saw you in there. Are you going straight for websites, or are you doing reviews and websites like with the foot in the door, or what's kind of like, what are you working with?
Right now I'm low key all over the place. I used to use
Yeah.
websites as the foot in the door. I have some people that I just do reviews, GBP management and optimization. But yeah, anything I can get right now. I've noticed the industry is very oversaturated right now. With these companies are just getting hit constantly with calls, so I'm kind of restructuring my company, so I can't really give you an answer on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. The amount of times I've heard like, oh, you're like I get calls about this all day.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
every single
Still
time.
gonna call you.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
I want to touch on that a little bit because this is a big thing that came up recently, and in door-to-door sales, this was always a big thing. And it'd be so funny. I'd knock on, it was always usually like the first door of the day or like one of the first ones where they're like, you're the fifth solar guy here this week, or you're the fifth pest control guy here this week. And yes, like saturation is a thing, but then I'd go three doors down and then be like, what is solar? I've never heard about this. Let me hear you. And just a mindset thing because yes, people are getting called for marketing services, but and just getting called in general, but 80%, I'd say 70% of the calls they're getting, and Sam can attest to this because his number is on our Google business profile. So he gets absolutely bombarded by calls. Um,
Boys, I get 12 calls a day from just India. Hello, you are not on the Google Voice. We could not see you on Google. Like you called me from Google. Like, what
all
do
the
you
time.
mean?
Um,
And these business owners are getting that too. That's the point.
and if you can just one sound like a human that like right off the bat and just separate yourself by like kind of the things that we speak about of like being just really genuine and like coming at the approach of like trying to build a friend, like you can separate yourself. Do they get called a lot? Yes, but by just being somebody that can have a conversation that's really natural and flows well, that can separate yourself a ton. But yeah, you're gonna run into like the guy today that no showed me. Actually, Sam, I got a hold of him later this morning, and he was like, "I've been scammed by so many like several marketing companies. So building trust and I think depending on what service you're selling, having an offer that is so easy for them to get results from. Like we get for all of our clients, we get them reviews the day we launch. And we can launch within I mean, Sam's really quicker than I am, but I mean, he can get somebody set up if we have everything in 30 minutes and get them a review hours before after they give us their credit card. So having something like that in place, like AI receptionist, like that one's really you can set that up so quickly and like they can see the results of that very quickly and no longer having to get these spam calls, right? Um, and but by having an offer that also makes it a no-brainer and saying that on the cold call of like, hey man, like, we're a new company. I've been leading with that angle more too of like, hey man, I'm small, I'm a small business. Like we've done this for X amount of clients, but we let you test it out for free before any money's exchanged. This is the pricing, telling them the pricing on the phone if it's a low ticket offer, if it's under like our highest plans 329 for the review side. And I just tell them that. And that way like them showing up to the call is it should be an onboarding call. And you can separate yourself from a lot of other people just by being genuine and having an offer that works. And once you get to a certain point, having testimonials too. Um, but I want to chat with some of the new guys. Judson,
What's up, man?
what's
How's
up,
it
man? How
going?
you doing?
I'm good. We were talking on Skool a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, are you calling? Where are you at with what business are you doing? Remind me.
Yeah, so I do it's kind of a similar niche to you guys do like plumbers for the reviews, or is it anyone?
We focus mainly on home services, but the
Okay.
review side, yeah, right now we've been plumbers, tree guys, pest control, HVAC.
Yeah, so mine's for like water treatment. And it's basically appointment setting. That's the niche I'm in right now. So I'm gonna start having to do some more cold calls, so that's why I joined the group. Um, I've kind of bounced around niches just because I kind of wanted to figure out which niche I like to work with the most. And this one is actually pretty good. And it's similar to plumbing too, but we just book free water tests for these companies because that's how they get their foot in the door to be able to sell. So right now, I'm gonna probably start doing at least maybe like 50 calls a day. Start getting more customers. So yeah.
Let's go, man. Yeah, actually, our one of our best and first clients is a buddy from when I did door to door. His family owns a water filtration company. Great
They make
business.
a lot of money. Yeah,
They
it's high
do.
ticket,
Yeah, high ticket. It's an amazing service. Uh,
but
so you're doing lead generation, appointment setting for them?
yeah, we run Facebook ads for them. Right now, I'm testing out a few lead magnets. I just built it's basically like a zip code water test before actually getting people to book a test because right now we're having trouble with getting people to book a water test from the Facebook ad just because that's a pretty big barrier for trust. Obviously, they don't want to instantly book someone into their house to test their water right after watching a Facebook ad. So Ideally, I want to get like the volume of leads so we can just have like a setter and then a closer, which is my client. And so the client is closing these appointments that we set. So someone fills out their info to get the zip code water quality report, basically. And, whether or not they book the test from that page, the landing page, we'll still be calling them and texting them to get them to be a booked water test.
I love that. I think I don't know a ton of the lead gen model, but it seems to make a lot of sense to actually have an appointment setter in house that's, calling these leads immediately to actually book the appointment. I think that makes a ton
Yeah,
of
right
sense.
now, I guess the buzzword oversaturated. Before people would kind of just say they're going to do your marketing and get you leads, but I feel like for me that's not enough. They kind of want to get actual booked appointments, which makes sense just because a lot of these people have worked with a lot of marketing companies already. So being able to like say, hey, the first 5 booked appointments are free, just so you can test out our system, and then after that you pay per booking. And so that seems like more of a no-brainer for them, is just like, we'll get you the results to show you and then you start paying.
100%. I mean, it's all a game of trust, and if we can just get people on Zoom calls, like if you just get them on a Zoom call, I think, at least for what we're doing now, because it's a similar offer of very low risk on their end to start, like it's going to help a ton. The hardest part is just getting them on a Zoom call, right? So that's why
Yeah.
the way, and I want to make some more information on this of hitting a couple points on the cold call that just make it feel really no pressure, obviously leading with value, identifying a need, making sure they're a good client, pulling back to see if they will be a good client on the cold call. How would that work inside of what's something inside of the lead gen offer that they need to have for you to be able to work with them?
Usually they, like a lot of companies, they don't really want to grow. I feel like some, they just want to like make the same amount each month or just get a couple. I feel like they'd have to at least be able to have the ability to scale or hire more people, because I guess some business owners, they're just not in that mindset to grow. So
That 100%. That's like one of the biggest questions we ask, because that's like an objection that's like, and sometimes they'll throw that at you. It's just because like, hey, you're a lead gen company, or like we're a review company and they want to get you off the phone. But we'll push past and then go, I mean, is this something, man, like where you can take on more work? You've been in the business for 10 years. Like, are you kind of just on autopilot, or are you actually trying to grow right now? And
yeah,
getting
that's kind of my pitch. I haven't done cold calling in a while, but it was sort of something like, hey, do you guys do like water treatment installations? Obviously they'll say yes. And then I'll just be like, hey, would you be able to handle another 5 or so free water tests basically on your calendar in the next couple of weeks? And so usually they're like, yeah, but it depends what it is, because they usually know it's a marketing company by then, because that's a pretty classic cold call script, but it usually works, honestly. Um, but yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that just a couple of questions for everybody that's cold calling that I feel like I don't it's just helped us a lot in terms of separating us from other companies is pretty quickly asking, you know, why'd you become a business owner? What made you get into this? Do you enjoy it? Because
Right.
now we're off this like transactional side, and you're separating yourself of, hey, I'm actually trying to, make a connection. And then you come in more with the actual value that you're providing, and doing it in a way that like you'll get a chuckle out of people. Really, my goal very quickly is to try to get them to laugh. If I can get them to laugh on the cold call, like I have such a higher conversion rate of actually getting them to book an appointment. And sometimes they're just stonewall me and they're just like, I like it. Business owner, yes, I like being a business owner. And I'm like, cool. But if I can get them to chuckle, that helps a ton. Um, Caden, not Hayden.
Geez, what was I gonna ask? Yeah, so what's your guys' main pricing, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what I see you guys have 3 plans. I've done some like research on your company. What is like your guys' main specific package that these people choose that you guys end up selling?
Yeah, and we have a lot of, I think like we were talking today about including other services too, because we'd like a higher ticket offer here soon, or at least offering like the year in full. But right now it's 329 is our highest plan. We don't have it on our website, but we just started doing the lowest plan at 99 bucks. And
Okay.
Each of those plans for the review side all include a database reactivation. So if they have like a massive list of 1,000 people, that's included on each of those. But
Okay.
we let them know we're like, hey, we're gonna drip this out over time so it doesn't look not organic.
Yeah, sketchy to Google. Yeah, you can only do it at a rate. Otherwise, some reviews won't even get posted. I realize actually, if you do it too quick.
100%. Yeah. And we actually did that on accident with one of our
And
first clients.
importantly, it keeps costs down too.
Yeah, definitely. It's so much cheaper to send it out like on drip mode very slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And yeah.
like what package, sorry, I don't know if I explained myself better. Like what package do you guys find like your guys are typically choosing? Is it the 149, 2 or 229? I don't know your
It's
packages.
it's almost exclusively off of like customer volume. A majority, I'd say 80% are going to be 149, and then the remaining 20% will either be
Okay.
a brand new business at 99 or the 229.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious of what plan you guys end up like going with most of your people. And then you guys are kind of broad. You guys aren't like niche down specifically.
I know.
Okay,
No, we're going broad right now.
how's that working for you guys?
It's good.
I
Yeah.
like it for cold
Yeah.
call. Like
Yeah.
this, yeah, because this is the thing. Like you mentioned it earlier of this idea of like saturation. It's 100% a thing. But in my head, if I can know, because the service works for
Mm-hmm.
companies that have volume coming in. So in
Yeah.
my head, if I can have hundreds of lists and close of all these different industries, it just keeps my mindset in a place of abundance. And that's why I like that route. But for lead gen,
And I was gonna say, and we are niche down in the sense of service.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I'm saying like industry wise, like you guys are just broad, like pest control roofers, all the way to landscapers or etc. like that.
Yeah.
Um, what else was I gonna say? Dang it. Oh, so like I'm kind of niched down into like roofing a little bit. But I think that's my biggest halting point is when I kind of started to niche down. So I have like clients all the way from landscapers to concrete people, but I find that every time I niche down on one niche, I find it so difficult to get these people coming in quicker than rather than broad. So that's what I was asking because I'm debating on going back to broad. I just don't know because I'm getting told so many mixed reviews. Some people say go broad into home service businesses, and then some people say niche down on one specific niche within home service businesses. So I just want to get your guys' opinion.
I think it depends on what you're doing, honestly. If you're doing like full suite service marketing, tons of different services, tons of different packages, I think that would make sense to be industry niche, just my
Okay.
opinion.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a handful of services, for us, broad makes more sense. I think the most important thing for us, and correct me if I'm wrong, Frank, is just if we can integrate or not, because we want
Hmm.
retention, and that's the biggest retention factor.
Yeah. So I do reviews as well. I do a little bit more. I do like GBP optimization. My basically my offer is I can get you guys or companies ranked top three in Google Maps within 90 days, 30 to 90 days. So that's where I'm kind of standing with my service delivery.
I like that. Actually, we were talking about that. We just saw Go High Level release this feature that basically allows you to, yeah, inside of Go High Level, optimize their Google Business Profile, which is really a one-time. I don't know. I really don't have a lot of data or
I
information on
saw that. I know I
that.
saw it. It's new. I don't know really how it works, but I gotta
It
look into that.
it just gives you full admin access to their Google Business Profile. I did it for Joey's profile, Frank, and it works. So
It gives you full admin access.
yeah, I went through and edited everything, service, area service. You can do Google Business postings and stuff there. You can pretty much do everything you need.
Really, dang, that's something I need to definitely
Yeah,
look into.
makes it easier for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we're so I think our next onboarding we're going to change our SOPs a bit to have them connect that way because now if we can include like hey this is not just getting reviews but doing a full optimization and then maybe having an upsell because what you can do I don't know if you saw there's like this posting you can post articles to their Google Business Profile. I didn't know
Hmm.
that. I had no idea. But you can basically, the same way that we do scheduling posts for Facebook or Instagram, you can now do that for Google inside of there as well. So, in terms of like a retention thing and them seeing the work that we're doing, we can, with AI make 30 posts in, an hour or whatever. You can even make these creative little AI images for the posts and then drip those out over time, which I think is a cool, easy way for us to have an upsell or just provide more value to our clients. But yeah, it's new and something to play with.
Yeah,
But
definitely. You mentioned Facebook posting, like automatic Facebook posting, like you're saying AI creates it and then posts it on their Facebook for them.
yeah, inside of Go High Level, so we connect the way like Clay Lawrence teaches this is like one of the services features of our review package is we'll take the 5-star reviews they get and we'll post them to social media. And it's literally you set up the automation one time. It's a
Hmm.
scheduler. It will pull a review and then post it to their Facebook.
Okay.
Again, I think the important part of these types of services is just they see we're doing something, right?
Yeah, definitely.
If we're going the route of trying to retain clients for years, right? Reviews, content management, like things that are going to that they see the work being done and ideally getting that's why I like reviews because it's like, hey, you're at 30 reviews right now, and they see the
Yeah,
reviews.
they can see it growing. It's like easy to show them in their mind too. And every home service business wants reviews. Like I find that in the home service business space, they're proud of like the work they did, so they want reviews. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And actually today, guys, we got a review for our review business, and just one thing I don't touch on enough that will be helpful if you guys are doing reviews is like, man, like I don't know how much our clients like our stuff until they leave a review. And all these home service companies, all these other businesses, when they see somebody like write a raving review about what their work they're doing, like that is such an emotional trigger that we can tie to. It's like, hey man, like you'd be surprised on how much people like your stuff, and like seeing that come in, we've noticed our clients feel that they can charge more for their services because they have a heightened confidence now in the work they're doing. So just like a subtle thing that you can bring up on calls of why they should, do reviews with you.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah. Heck yeah. Murillo.
I wanted to ask you and Sam about niching. If you guys have ever tried studying anything about a particular niche like plumbing, so you can use that to show them that you know what you're talking about, and yeah, just to show off some competence.
Yeah, I think if you're like that was actually one thing I wanted to mention with Caden said. If you're doing lead gen and running Facebook ads, I think it's really important to maybe pick a niche or two because having that deeper understanding of their clients' pain points or the reasons people hire a plumber or book a tree service, and then knowing how then to make your Facebook ad like the video, that makes a lot more sense because you have to have more understanding of the psychology of their clients. With reviews, it's like you can as long as they integrate, like it's the same process. So I think if you're going that route of actually doing lead gen and like Judson was saying, like he's building out lead like a specific thing for water filtration, like so he needs to know like the specifics of that industry to build a good lead magnet and how clients operate. And I think that is valuable for higher ticket services. But at least for what we're doing, I don't think it's super necessary right now. I know I have a lot of experience we started with pest control because we sold pest control, solar.
I think it certainly helps to speak the lingo to some degree for what you're saying. But I think as you continue to work with a certain niche for a while, you'll learn the lingo, and then you'll start to get a portfolio within that niche that you can show them that applies directly to them. But there's definitely
Guys,
value to like speaking the lingo of the industry. I agree.
Gotcha.
I also like want to add something. So we did something similar. So basically, what we did was for our higher ticket services, that is SEO and Google Ads, we targeted med spas, physiotherapist, massage therapist, and chiropractors. So for those particular set of people, we built a new website where we portrayed ourselves as a marketing agency who works only in that niche. And what we saw that for the same service, we were able to charge, I mean, from 2000 to generally we would charge $2,000 for our starting prices. But when we niche down to like that particular niche and we showed them like, hey, we are a agency who works with massage therapist, and all our copy on the website and everything was, customized for that particular industry. So like we would directly say things that they knew that they needed and what their clients would ask. So generally clients would ask for whether the massage therapy session will be covered by their insurance or not, so things like that and many other niche related things. So we when we portrayed ourselves as someone who is doing this for this particular industry for years, people were willing to pay more. That is my takeaway from this thing that you were asking. So if you are, again, like Frankie said, if you are gonna charge something higher, then you should, go down that way and create a portrayal of yourself that, hey, I'm working in this particular niche. But if it's something like our review system, then I don't think that niching down would make that much of a sense.
Agreed. Yeah, the copy on the website and all that, if you're the expert in that field, you can charge more, 100%.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Hayden.
Gosh, I forgot again. Jeez. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was curious to see what your guys' like automation workflow looks like for your guys' reviews, like what you guys run for your clients. I don't know if that's in the school or not.
So we basically just copied we basically got the business from Clay Lawrence. Have you seen his stuff?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if I can.
Yeah, we just use Clay Lawrence's snapshot directly.
Okay, I don't know what his snapshot looks like, but I've heard of his name.
Yeah, here, let me
I
pull
guess
one up.
we all, gotta pay Clay some due diligence and we gotta do something for him at one point of time. He's the one who's making all of our lives easier.
Yeah, so this is like the reactivation workflow. So this is just what we start with for their pass list. So
Mm-hmm.
put them in here. It's basically saying, have they already left a review yet? If they have, then they'll take it out of the workflow. So at least in this particular one, we're webhooking. But the reason we're doing a webhook here is because for a while we have a master sending account, which for times where we can't get numbers approved, it's been really helpful. But essentially, what this is doing is sending the text message, which you can see here. Hey, contact first name. This is business name, or this is the business owner's name. This is John from Little City Landscape. We greatly appreciate your business. Would love your feedback. We donate a meal to Feeding America for every review that you receive. Please take 20 seconds to leave a review. Here's the link. So we do a charity donation for every review they receive, and we attach an image in there with their name. Again, the reason we're webhooking though is this is sending this text message to another sub account and then sending it from that sub account. So it's a little bit more complicated, but it's helped us a ton. We wait 2 days. We send them one more text message. John, this is Frank from Golden Goose Reviews. We could donate a meal to Feeding America for every review that we receive. Please take 20 seconds to leave a review. So super simple. Emails are the same. We send one more email and then they're out of the workflow. If it's a new client and they're integrated, then they're put into this workflow. So this is somebody that they just did business with. It's the same exact messaging. This one's actually asking for a referral, but we send one extra text message to a newer clients that I think just says like, psst, hey John, it's not too late to tell us about your experience. Please tell us how we did. We donate a meal to Feeding America. So our thing is very heavy on this meal donation aspect, which Clay taught like in the beginning, but we like it. It's also something that we say like on our calls of like we donate a meal to charity and we send out a photo, and that's kind of how we separate ourselves. And it also just helps with conversion rates for people to leave a review.
Okay, definitely. So it's basically just like a 2 or 3 step. So like what I mean by 3 messages, 2 or 3 messages.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, and then oh gosh, dude, I don't know what's going on with me today. How do you guys go about like new or say they just worked with someone, how do you go about getting those people onto the review campaign?
Tie into their CRM via Zapier.
Okay.
So you'll have them, it's different for every CRM. Some you have to get an API key, some they have to log directly into their account on your Zapier account. But essentially you tie them into Zapier, map the fields to pull the information you need, name, phone number, email, and you put a customer tag on, which then initiates that second workflow that Frank just showed there.
Okay.
Every
Definitely.
CRM is different on how you have to integrate it to Zapier, but then from Zapier, you take it from Zapier to Lead Connector, which is GHL.
Yeah. All right.
So it's
Just like that.
yeah. So basically, we're inside of Zapier. This client uses Service Fusion, new customer, and then it just goes, straight to Lead Connector. This was such a blue ball. This guy. So with Service Fusion, and this is why what I'll do if like I'm on a cold call with somebody, because all we're trying to do at this point is get. I guess I can just use this one. Um, our only qualification is that we can tie into their CRM. That is so important, like with stickiness. So if it's a CRM I haven't heard of, I'll search it in here. So like obviously like QuickBooks is like we love QuickBooks, but and this tells me if we can integrate or not. This is how I go about actually seeing if they're a good client. If I don't know, like Zero, for example, we just had somebody I had never heard of that. It's like another accounting software, but it allows us to anytime a new contact comes through, it will pull their data over and we just map the fields here. So we would go first name, whatever. But yeah, that's roughly how that looks.
Okay. Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. Abdu.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Yeah, of course. Always good to see you too. Hey, I have I guess two questions. The first one is um how do you how do you s- I guess how do you well, not get your lead, but select your leads? Because the way I go about my leads, I scrape them and I select them based on how many reviews they got. So I go less than 60 or less than 70. Um, and while I'm doing those calls, I noticed that people that are over 50, they kind of like a little bit of an inflated ego. but but when I mention the competitor that have like 400, they kind of like okay, but so far he hasn't worked. So I was wondering what you guys do when it comes to that. You guys select, after like 60s, or what's your cap when it comes to the leads on the review side?
Uh, for me, it's under 200.
Under 200?
Yeah, under 200. For me personally, I don't know if Frank is different, but I've found those people that are in the higher, like mid-tier review count, which, like say 50 to 200, tend to care more.
Oh
So
yeah.
they tend to already have a priority there. You do kind of have to fight the battle of the fact they have a system that somewhat works.
Yeah.
But yeah, under 200 is I found the best amount. But man, I've accidentally called a second location before, and then their main location ended up becoming the customer, and they had like 300 reviews already, and I would have never called them. So I I don't know. I feel like the cap it's in your mind a little bit. And I remember when we first started too, if they were over 100, I didn't want to touch them. But those are the ones that tend to care, I've noticed. I don't know if Frank
Oh,
has
okay.
anything too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
same thing, and that's what I was going to touch on. Is it's a mindset thing because I did the same thing. I was like, I don't want to call anyone over 100. Their reviews are already so good, but it's actually like Sam said, it proves they care. One, and that they're getting enough volume in if they don't have a system to where if we plug in, we're gonna blow their shit up. So I actually like, yeah, if they have, yeah, I'm in the same boat, like 100 to 200, great client to call. What you'll notice though is that if they're over that 100 mark, you have a higher chance, depending on the industry, of getting a receptionist because
Right.
they're pumping numbers and they have the money to hire somebody. So it's like finding that middle ground of like Clients that have a lot of reviews also still answer the phone, which you'll find that.
Abdul, look
That's
for, you can also, once you've got your scrape list and segregated them into, 100, 200, whatever that threshold is going to be for you. I have my VA go into the list and find out how recent they are. So I love a guy, a businessman that's got, 100 reviews, but he hadn't gotten any in 3 months. Now, if he hadn't
right.
gotten any for 2 years, he's probably a dead business, or inactive for some reason. But if you got somebody whose frequency of reviews is very low, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're a 15-year-old company and they're a plumber.
Yeah.
That's a company that's probably got 5,000 customers in his database, but he's only
Okay.
got 125 reviews. So he's not getting reviews very frequently, and we all know they love getting a review, and they notice when they get a review because Google tells them. So I go for that. I love that guy. If he's got a bunch of reviews and he doesn't have any frequency.
Oh, okay. Think that actually makes sense. Yeah, because people that haven't gotten reviews over a year, every time that I call them, they either don't care about it or they be like, "Oh, no, no, that's fine. I'm good," and then just hang up the phone. So yeah, I noticed that.
Yes. Yeah. And we actually, oh,
I was gonna say, which ironically enough, I like when they have a high frequency of reviews. To me, that's a good sign because that means they have some rudimentary system, probably something's either CRM, and they have some inkling of care there. But all that goes to show is that it all works. It's all whatever you tell yourself in your mind.
dude.
That's crazy.
This is I love this point because I just noticed this for years and door to door of like I would tell myself I don't like like selling pest control. I don't like new neighborhoods. I don't like new neighborhoods because and I could logically justify all the reasons why I don't like this. And then there'd be another sales rep that crushes in new developments and he's like, "Yeah, well these are all the reasons why it makes sense." So it's like playing this mental judo with yourself to like brainwash yourself that everyone is a potential client. And that's a big part of sales. It's all mental. It's like, we were talking about saturation earlier. Guys, there's millions of business owners, millions. And it's all timing. Like just because one person says no to me, they might say yes to Sam because Sam caught them at a better time, or they just like Sam more because of his energy and how they are as a person. So just keep that in mind of like we have the opportunity in our mind to like make what seems like an obstacle something that can actually benefit us. And I think that's really something that we all probably struggle with. But that's why it's cool hopping on calls like this because then I can hear somebody be like, no, I love doing that. So, um, but
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. Judson.
Yeah, I just had a question, I guess on your business model. How often do your clients like end up, I don't know if you push like go high level or, tell them other features that high level has. But how often do clients either not even have a CRM, and then start using high level, for their actual CRM, just to kind of make it more sticky? How often do they end up using the CRM more than just for reviews? And then also, how do you try to make the review feature pretty sticky for them to keep on it, in the long term, I guess?
Yeah, so we not a ton of data for ourselves on actually getting someone to use the CRM. We did it once, maybe twice. Where there was a local tire shop, and I found myself in that position as some of us all might be, where they like have a lot of interest and like, yeah, let's do it. But he had no CRM in place, and I was like, okay, like let's make it happen. So we set up Go High Level. We showed them, hey, when somebody comes in, you're just going to put their name and their phone number in here, email if they want to. And just the simple task of having them do that, they didn't. Like, I think, and this is just how we're going with our business model, like, no one logs into our software. No one logs in ever. It is literally how we pitch it is like, you do nothing and we get you reviews. So on your second point, how do we get them to churn more or stay longer? Or it's by integrating what I just showed you on Zapier. That is the most important thing. If you can tie into their current CRM and they now anytime they close a job, it's sending that data automatically over to Go High Level, our white level version. And without that, churn is so much higher. There's like we also kind of feel like it just doesn't, because now they might be paying us. We can't get in contact with them and they need to send us a list, which you think would be super easy, but just expect them to do nothing. um,
I don't think we've had a single integrated client churn yet. Anyone we've had churn has been non-integrated. Yeah, I don't think we've had anyone churn that's integrated because it's a done for you solution. It's just in the background of their business and it works and they see their number going up.
Yeah. Another note on that, I do the onboarding process where people actually do have access to the CRM, but just like Frankie said, they still never hop on the CRM. Like they don't even care. As long as they're seeing reviews, they're not going to leave you. Like the only clients I've had churn on me are clients whose businesses aren't going well. It's a slow season and they're not getting any clients, so they're not getting any reviews. That's the only reason really. But as long as you're getting reviews, dude, like yeah.
they'll stick. Yeah. Does that kind of answer that?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like what I want, I guess my service to be. Just they don't do anything, like I just integrate their calendar and they see the water tests on their calendar. Um, which it does get a little tricky with like, syncing calendars to like Google Calendars and then, you know, tying all this together. But usually that's the direction I want to go, is just they don't do anything, hands off. All they have to do is talk to the appointment that we booked them. So
No, that makes a lot of sense. Do you mind it? What do you plan on charging for that? I'm curious.
So for each booking, we do $80 per booking. Because before I was doing a percentage, and we also do a setup fee, but before I was doing like a percentage of the sale, but that's more fair. Like that's more like the scale's more tipped towards the customer side because you know they just have to sell, and if they suck at sales, then they're not
Yeah.
going to get any sales, and I'm not going to make any money. So that's what we do right now.
I love it. I think that makes a lot of sense. And if you can figure out that process of making lead generation like very hands off for them, like yeah, they'll stick as long as they can take on the jobs.
Yeah.
But heck yeah. Um, well, cool guys. I really appreciate you. I think we'll end it there. Who is everybody gonna be calling this week? Yeah, heck yeah. If you guys can, if you post like your daily like logs of like how your calls went, that'd be super cool in the community and we can help each other out. Upload like a voice note if you get a recording, which some of you guys are doing. But yeah, let's just hold each other accountable and get some bread. Let's make some money.
Yes, sir.
Yep, yep. But appreciate you guys heavy. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday and chat with next week.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate ya. Peace.